Hi, welcome back to Creatively Performing Arts. I'm Estelle, your host, and today I just want to talk about 4 simple questions you can ask yourself if you are struggling with feeling less confident or not confident in your singing voice. I completely understand. We all have moments where we lose confidence in our singing voice, and also maybe you are just starting to sing or just starting to sing again, and you just don't know how to move forward because you don't feel very confident in your singing voice. These are 4 questions that you can ask yourself to really start transforming and changing the way that you see yourself and the way that you see your voice. Okay, so let's get into this episode to figure out how we can build confidence in our voices. Welcome to the Creatively Performing Arts podcast. This is the show for anyone ready to get back to the performing arts. You want to sing, you want to act, you want to dance, you want to be creative again? Come on over. I'm Estelle. I'm a singer, actor, performer, beginner voice coach, and I am here to help you get started. You will find beginner singing and performing tips and hear empowering, inspiring interviews with artists that will help you push past your fear and your doubts about performing so you can finally start performing with confidence and singing and dancing and living creatively. You have gifts that you need to grow, use, and share, and the world is waiting for you. I want to be there to help you do that. So let's begin. Okay, so what are these questions that we can actually ask ourselves to start building confidence, to start changing the way that we think about our voices? The first thing that we have to address is that of comparison. So the number one question I would say to ask yourself is, who am I comparing myself to right now? Specifically, who am I comparing my voice to right now in this moment? Okay. And you can ask this question at any moment where you're like, I'm not sure if how I'm feeling about my voice right now. I don't know if I sound really good today. There are so many reasons why your voice might not sound the way that you think it should sound, like so many health reasons or, different, just the fact that your voice is an instrument that is a part of your body. And so, you have off days, better days, and worse days, etc. So the first thing is, who are you comparing yourself to, right? Are you watching, YouTube videos or TikTok videos of different singers? Or are you comparing yourself to singers who have been singing for decades, who you're listening to on the radio, who, their voices have been, while they're amazing, right? Their voices have also been, edited and mixed and whatnot. So just things like that to think about, putting it into perspective of okay, this is someone who's been singing for decades and I'm just starting to sing again. Or, I don't have, all the experience that they've had. So it's okay. Let me give myself grace, right? So when you ask yourself that question of who am I comparing myself to, who am I comparing my voice to specifically, then you're able to kind of put things into perspective of okay, I'm on my own journey, right? There's no need to compare myself. And that alone will immediately help you realize that you might be feeling less confident because you're comparing yourself. And that is completely understandable, but we don't want to let that be the reason that we, choose not to use our voices, right? So that's the first question to ask yourself. Who am I comparing my voice to? The second question to ask yourself in order to kind of combat this feeling of not feeling confident in your voice, in your singing voice, is, what do I like about my voice, right? I always recommend recording yourself singing, even though no one wants to do this, least of all myself. But record yourself singing your favorite song and just sing through the song and listen back to it. It doesn't even have to be the whole song. You can listen back to a part of it, right? If the whole thing feels overwhelming, and just listen for 1 to 2 things that you genuinely like that your voice does, that you like that you do as a singer. Maybe you like the way you hold out one note and you're like, oh, that actually sounded really good, right? Note that for yourself. Take note of that. Question okay, what do I actually like? What do I like that I did there? Did I like that I, had a really good breath support there and it felt really free? Did I like that, I sang this one part really gently and then I kind of built it up, and this other part, and when I got to the chorus, I added some more volume, things like that. Think about, how did you actually like what you did? Do you like the way that you, one part of the way that you sounded, right? Focus on what is 1 or 2 things that I like about my voice, and using recording yourself is one way to really pinpoint those things that you like about your voice. Okay, so that's the second question. Ask yourself what you do like about your voice. That's going to help you find things that you can add to your arsenal of reasons that you are confident as a singer and things that make you feel confident as a singer. The third question I would say to ask yourself is, how am I sharing my voice and with whom? Okay, so how am I sharing my voice and who am I sharing my voice with? Right? So are you in a safe community? Do you feel like you have friends that hear you sing and they're encouraging to you, or are they discouraging? If you're getting negative feedback in a way that is not helpful to you because maybe you're singing in a group or around people who aren't super helpful or super positive, right? That's ding, ding, ding. That is an alarm. That is a clue as to why you might not feel super confident in your singing voice, right? And there is something that you can do to change that. You absolutely can choose to maybe sing around different people, right, who are going to actually be encouraging to you, right? Or you can decide to find a supportive community, maybe instead of posting on, Instagram, maybe TikTok feels more, safer for you, or people are more friendly, or I don't know, vice versa, right? Or maybe you want to come to my Facebook group, come to the performing arts community. You can come and post yourself singing and get awesome feedback from me. That is always encouraging, always helpful, and it's a criticism free environment. It is a harsh free environment where you can feel safe to be yourself and to grow as a performer around other artists who are also trying to grow. And so come to the Facebook group, the Performing Arts Community. The link is in the show notes, and you can also just search on Facebook, Performing Arts Community, and you will find it. Come and share it there. I'm actually starting to do weekly prompts. So once a week, there'll be a prompt where it's like, share your performance, share something that you're singing, share a video of yourself, post it here for criticism-free environment where you're just going to get encouragement and hype, and maybe even people who are, wanting to work with you, etc. So, finding environments like that, even in voice lessons, do you have a voice coach who is actually helping you, or are they maybe, tearing you down a little bit? Thinking about that. Where am I sharing my voice and who am I sharing it with? And are they actually giving me feedback that is going to be helpful, but also encouraging to me, right? So that's the third question to ask yourself. How am I sharing my voice and with whom? And make sure you come to the Facebook group if you don't feel like you have that safe space, because the performing arts community on Facebook, that is a great place to really find encouragement every single week and also share your work as well. All right. And then the fourth and last question to ask yourself if you are challenged by or feeling, less confident or not confident at all in your singing voice is, how can I grow and improve my voice? Very simple, right? How can you take matters into your own hands of like, what do I want to see improvement in? Just focus on one thing at a time. Okay. You don't need to, try to transform your voice all at once overnight, right? That's not going to happen. But you can start with just one thing. You know what? I really want to grow in this one area in my voice. I want to be more in tune. I want to be singing on pitch. I really need to practice, matching pitch. There you go. That's one thing that you can focus on. That's one area of improvement that you wouldn't know if you're not asking yourself these questions, because it's so easy to get bogged down and like, I'm not good enough. It's not sounding right. I'm not even going to try. But if you ask yourself, okay, how can I actually grow? What's one thing that I need to actually work on and improve in my voice? There you go. Already you have an answer. You have something that you can start focusing on that will actually be helpful to you, because now you can focus on that one thing for a little bit and then grow in that area. So, and I would recommend, again, the recording, that tactic of recording yourself and listening back. And then, record yourself, listen back, go back to question number 2. What do I like about my voice? And then also record yourself and listen back. And okay, where can I improve in my voice? And do it with grace. If you've been here before, you know that I call it kind critiquing, right? Where you kindly critique yourself. You show yourself grace, but you're also not afraid to say, you know what, I need to work on this, and that's okay, right? So, and from there, to improve that part, maybe it means coming up with a practice routine for yourself that you can stick with, where you're going to work on matching pitch with this song or with these songs, however many times a day or a week, or a day if you're really that dedicated. But so you practice, you actually have time where you are practicing matching pitch, right? Maybe it means doing a voice lesson. Come on over, come try a lesson with me, a virtual lesson. If you're not sure, you want to do a discovery lesson, I'm doing 15-minute free lessons as of right now, where you can actually just email me at hello@creativelyperformingarts, and I will get you signed up to do a 15-minute free call with me where we can talk, we can sing a little bit, you can get a feel for how my teaching style is, and then decide if you want to actually schedule a full lesson for 30 minutes or an hour. But try a voice lesson and work on that particular thing and tell your voice teacher, whether it's me, whether it's someone else, tell them, this is what I want to work on. This is what I want to improve on. And you wouldn't know that if you didn't ask yourself this question of how can I actually grow and improve my voice? So ask yourself that very specific question and be very specific about it. This is what I need to do to improve, and then create your own practice routine and or get into a voice lesson. Have someone else help you to move forward every single week or every single 2 weeks, however often you're going to be scheduling your lessons, because that's how you're going to grow and improve. Okay. And so if you are not feeling confident, first of all, I want to just encourage you that you're not alone. Everyone experiences this. Every singer experiences that feeling of, I don't know if my voice is even that good. I don't know how I'm sounding right now. It's not really sounding the way I want it to sound, blah, 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 right? You are not alone. Okay. But you don't have to stay in that place of not feeling confident. You can ask yourself a few questions, these 4 questions that I mentioned. You can ask yourself these questions to start transforming and changing the way that you think about your voice, and even to help you take action to improve and grow your voice. Okay. So once again, those 4 questions are: number 1, who am I comparing my voice to right now? Number 2, what do I like about my voice? Number 3, how am I sharing my voice and with whom? And number 4, how can I grow and actually improve my voice? These 4 questions are going to help you get started to truly change the way you're thinking about your voice and take action to improve and to grow and to build confidence in your voice. Once you ask yourself these questions, your lack of confidence in your voice will start to dwindle, because you're already going to realize that there are some certainly good things about your voice that you have not noticed before, and you've instead been comparing yourself. And you're also going to be able to build confidence by, starting to share your voice with the right people, getting that good feedback, coming to the Facebook group, getting that good feedback in a nice, supportive, encouraging environment, and also taking steps to really improve your voice, whether it's with a voice lesson with me or doing your own practice routine, getting help some way, making sure that you're taking those steps to continue to grow. So don't get bogged down. Please don't get bogged down in that feeling of not being confident. Don't let that be the end of it. Ask yourself these 4 questions and really move forward. I really, really, really want you to take that away from this episode and, not just keep moving on and kind of forget about it, but really think through these questions. If there is one that particularly resonated with you, take action on it. If you really need to record yourself and listen back to yourself and actually think about 1 to 2 things that you like about your voice, that's going to help you. That will help you. Do it right now, right? Finish this episode and do it. Take action on these tips that I'm giving you, these questions that I'm giving you, and please let me know how it goes. Again, come to the Performing Arts community on Facebook. It's a free community, and you can just come, be yourself, share any questions that you have. You can just post it in the chat, or you can also DM or message me separately, but you can just post it in the group and I'll answer you. And let me know if you actually took these questions to heart and any one of these stood out to you. Come to the Facebook group and share. I would love to hear from you. Again, it's the Performing Arts community on Facebook. The link is in the show notes, literally right below this episode. So just click there and you can go and join the group for free. And I would love, love, love to hear from you, okay? Because I want you to really apply what you're hearing, okay? It's so much more fun when you're actually doing it and you start to see the transformation, you start to see the changes that happen, right? So it's fun. Singing should be fun, performing, getting back to the arts, living creatively. That's what we're all here for. And there's so much fun in it when you're actually doing it and you're taking those action steps. So ask yourself these questions and let's get going. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope and pray this inspired and helped you today. Let me know if it did once again, and have an amazing day. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook to find support and inspiration. If this episode helped you or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It means so much, and share it with someone who needs it, or on your Instagram stories and tag at Creatively Performing Arts. Don't forget to subscribe to this show wherever you listen. We have amazing interviews and episodes coming up. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.